so since Red Deer, the third biggest city in Alberta, is quite close to our area, both of the areas. So how can investors leverage the regional assets and market assets of Red Deer? Is there any opportunity to take advantage of like Red Deer Polytechnics?
Absolutely. Lacombe County is always collaborating and advocating for the expansion of the airport. Absolutely. It would only increase the region, and regional collaboration is super strong within Lacombe County. We're always fighting with that. As long as we get a broader, stronger region, it's better for everybody. So regional collaboration and advocating for the expansion of that airport is definitely one of the top priorities, as well as having that strong relationship with Red Deer Polytechnic. I typically check in with the Polytechnic at least once a month and have some conversations with them. They also rely on us as economic development officers to also align what kind of workforce that we're looking for, what kind of skilled laborers, and that definitely goes to them to sort of see what kind of classes and such that they can run in their program as well. Not saying that we change the classes that are ran, but definitely if a lot of people within the region are saying we need these types of workers, they'll start promoting that class a little bit more.
So how it works, like people for a foreigner, they need some skilled workers and they reach out to you and then you can contact the RDEP, right?
Yeah, we can do that. And like I say, not saying because we contact them, they're going to change everything to get that skill into their program, but it's definitely nice to have that conversation so that they know that this is a skill that is lacking or we have a gap within the province. With Red Deer Polytechnic becoming a polytechnic, there's a handful of different polytechnics around Alberta, and each of them have their strengths. So rather than competing against one another and all having the same strengths, they've actually have different sectors around the province. So then they can actually reach out to the other polytechnics as well if this is something that they're learning, seeing if they have something available online or those types of things too. So it's nice to have not only the regional collaboration, but then also among the whole province.
Sounds great. Yeah. So you connect all the polytechs.
Yeah, a big advantage.
Yeah. So the town of the Black Falls, that's the same?
So with Black Falls, we're located very close to Red Deer, only 10-15 minutes outside of Red Deer. So it provides us some of the same opportunities that Lacombe County is talking about, or Carrie's talking about, but some other ones as well. So like her, the airport is a huge opportunity for us all in this region, just to get people and goods in and out easier, and that kind of idea. I also believe that the discussion around a high-speed train coming through central Alberta, connecting Edmonton to Calgary, would be massive for our region, whether that is shipping goods or individuals for commuting and those sort of things. I just think that that'll be a big change and impact to us. Around Red Deer Polytechnic, like Carrie was saying, we look at them for helping us develop workforce, as well as just getting innovation or understanding of the workforce. And then the other side of that is they do have opportunities to test innovative products there and those sort of things, which is very useful for our region. And then the last thing that I was going to write down here as well is that, I'm trying to look at Red Deer right now. It is the third or fourth largest community in Alberta, depending on what stats you're looking at, and trying to convince our community and the businesses in our community to not look at Red Deer as a competitor, but look at them as our customers. And so working through tourism to try and attract the Red Deer customers to Black Falls to spend money in our businesses and in our community.
Okay, so what kind of strengths you can attract people from a bigger city to?
Well, that's one of our challenges at the moment. We are looking for more of those iconic, say, restaurants or iconic businesses that can be that attraction to come in. It's definitely somewhere that we could see more investors coming in and helping us with. We just don't have that specific location quite yet.
Okay. So talking about the logistic, you mentioned the high-speed trains and also the Red Deer airport expansion. It already into the operation now, right? So it's the
expansion that we're looking for is to allow either passenger flights back in. There used to be passenger flights a number of years ago, but during COVID they disappeared. As well as with that is we need bonded areas out there so that we can bring in international shipments and send out international shipments. At the moment, the airport basically operates not even as a regional airport. because it doesn't have any regional services anywhere, but more as a commercial airport, not commercial, that's not the word I'm looking for, industrial airport.
Yeah.
Because it services things like wildfire planes that are fighting wildfires. They'll come in there to get serviced and those sort of things. There's a Chinese flight school out there and those sort of things. So it's more of a industrial type airport at the moment than it is a fully functioning airport.
So what's the Chinese flag?
Yeah, there's this flight school out there.
Flag school.
Yeah,
Oh.
so they teach people how to fly
Chinese?
planes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, international. They come in.
Oh, okay.
I want to say there's about 100 students out there,
wanna say that too.
give or take.
Oh,
Not a-
Chinese students?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new start or is
It's been going for 5 or 6 years, but I did hear there's some changes out there. I'm not 100% sure what the changes are. It might have been bought and sold. I'm not 100% sure. But
yeah, because most of my clients are worrying about the logistic in the inland
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
areas.
the logistics here, I think, we're well suited for logistics as a land-bound province and area in our province. We have Highway 2 that runs the QE2 that runs directly right through all of our communities. It's the busiest highway in Alberta. 40,000, 50,000 vehicles on it every single day. It's one of the busiest in Canada. And so that gives us direct access from the CanX, what is it, the Alaska-Mexican corridor. It's essentially along that Alaska-Mexican corridor connecting the entire continent together. And then if you go east to west, if you want to go to the ports out in Vancouver and on the Pacific coast, you can take the Yellowhead, which heads out of Edmonton, Highway 12, right, makes it all the way to BC, as well as Highway 11. You can go through that and onto BC, and then there's Trans-Canada just south of us as well. So there's a number of ways to get your products moving. As well, we do have a strong train or rail infrastructure running through central Alberta with all of the agricultural pieces that we have around. We have trains running in all sorts of different directions. So that really is helpful for us as well.
We're very lucky. We're very fortunate. We have CP and CN.
Yeah.
So we have the two major
major,
Canadian railroads that run through our municipality.
CP is a cross-provincial?
Yeah, it's Canadian
Canadian
Pacific.
Pacific.
Yeah,
Oh,
and so
okay.
they were the one that were just bought too, right? So it's now KCCP.
KC
Kansas
is-
City, Canadian Pacific.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
I still haven't got it in my head yet.
Okay, good to know.
The other one that I would like to add in, which maybe you cut in somehow here, but with one of the advantages that I believe both of our communities have with being so close to Red Deer is we get the advantage of the Red Deer's population and their workforce, but our land prices are much more competitive as you get further away from the city. So if you go to Lacombe County to buy, call it an acre of industrial land, it's going to be much more competitive than it would be in the city of Red Deer, but you still have access to all of the same employees that would be still working there.
Okay, good to know.
It wouldn't be unrealistic for somebody to live in the city of Red Deer and work out in Lacombe County.
Yeah, because it's only like 20 minutes driving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20
Half an hour.
minutes, half an hour,
Depending on where. Yeah.
Exactly.
depending on, which direction. Or,
Right.
yeah.
And so what kind of supports an investor can get from like Lacombe County and town of Black Falls?
So really the services that we provide would be through our economic development department, which I am the economic development department. So the services that I then provide really are around making the adjustment happen quicker and easier for our investors and ensuring that they have some of the local knowledge that they need when they come in and they can get that quickly, as well as really a lot of networking opportunities and connecting them with the other supports that are out there. Through the town ourselves, we don't provide very many direct supports for businesses because many of those supports exist in other organizations, whether it's Business Link, Community Futures, Business Bank of Canada, all of these sort of different organizations that are out there, even RDP and some of those sort of different things. We connect those individuals so that they can make those connections quickly and continue to move at the speed of business.
Yeah, I noticed you have pretty good website instruction, Lacombe County. Yeah.
It's still a work in progress, but it's coming along. I think it's economic development is pretty new to Lacombe County. So yeah, it's a work in progress, but we're getting there. And for supports, there's definitely some information on the website, but I would have to echo Peter that the support would be myself. I always try and send out a monthly or bi-monthly email to our businesses that might suggest what types of different grants that are available through the provincial and federal government. And again, different supports always there. You want to have a conversation with me, that's good. We can link you up with, Community Futures or Business Link or those those types of things. Something new that Lacombe County is doing is a business network meeting that happens quarterly. So every quarter, all the businesses within Lacombe County are invited. It's an opportunity to network with other businesses, but it's also an opportunity to have a speaker that might be from Business Link to present on something that businesses are feeling that they need more information about. Maybe it's like what's new with taxes, or like how can I get my business online, or how can I do those types of things. So just a quick little learning, but the idea is to get all the businesses, or as many businesses that are available, in the room, so somebody can say, oh, I'm having this type of problem, and another business like, oh, well, I had that problem last year, this is what I did, maybe it'll work for you. Those types of things.
So who's the organizer for the quarterly meeting?
Me.
Oh.
Yeah. So any types of things like economic development officers, I find like just in the world, like we're the ones that you can come to and tell us what's happening or what you might need, and then we ponder it for a little while, and then we try and get you the right resource. So I feel like that is my biggest job, is just connecting people with the right people that they need to connect to.
Yes, that's great. So is that same, quite similar to?
Yeah, for sure. I have an economic development advisory committee as well that I run. We meet every 2 months, except for the 3 months in the summer. And so it's very similar in those sort of senses. Some of the things that I like to, when I'm talking to people about economic development and the services that we provide, I like to make sure that people understand that as economic developers, we're not business developers. We're not business coaches. We don't work with individuals too much on their businesses. But what we do is try to strive to create an environment for all of the businesses in our community to succeed. And so within that, some of those sort of pieces, as Carrie said, you come and tell us some of your problems, we'll try and help you solve those sort of problems, but we're not reviewing business plans every day and those sort of things. We're working on a bit of a higher level so that we have, our businesses are just succeeding naturally.
Okay, so your role is just like maybe a bridge to connect.
Completely. Yeah.
All the other region.
Yeah.
Okay, any information like permits or license, and even subsidies from governments, you can share with each other, right?
Yes.
I see. Do you want to talk about furthermore about like other communities?
The collaboration is just extremely strong, especially in economic development. Our neighboring communities are kind of like our co-workers. Like we need to work well with one another, because as much as I want businesses in Lacombe County, if the right fit is in the town of Black Falls, I'm gonna make sure that that can happen. Because with a stronger economic region, we're just going to be more successful. So collaboration is just strong. Having good relationships, knowing who to connect people to, so making sure that you keep that collaboration with Community Futures and all different sorts of the Chamber of Commerce, both the City of Lacombe, and also there's a strong Chamber of Commerce within the City of Red Deer. They're always advocating for our Central Alberta region. So keeping those strong relationships and continuing to collaborate with our neighbors is a top priority of one of mine.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about community sentiments. Are there already some foreign investors coming in these communities?
I don't know of any off the top of my head. And like we were sort of mentioning before, through the Rural Entrepreneurial Stream program, the communication after they make it through the exploratory visit process becomes very minimal. And so I don't know of any specifically that are coming in at the moment.
Okay. How about Lacombe County?
Not through this program. I would say that any kind of foreign investment that we've seen might be some of our heavier industrial type projects that we already have going on, or there are kind of a few data center projects that has some foreign investment there as well, and they're just getting some approval through the Alberta government right now before that project actually takes off within Lacombe County.
I see. So are there any specific concerns or expectations from the residents here, from the foreign investors?
I think for Lacombe County, it's just a matter of making sure that you understand what the county is all about. Like I said earlier, 98% zoned agriculture. So some of the residents and the ratepayers of Lacombe County, if you're going to take their ag land away or in an area where they feel like is prime soil, some people aren't super happy with things like that. So if you're going to continue to farm on those lands and make it successful that way, there doesn't seem to be any issue, but they are very, very ag focused.
Okay. So can you introduce a little bit entities, facilities, school, and living?
So within Lacombe County, again, what makes the rural community is the best thing that we have within Lacombe County is that quality rural life living. Like there's lots of parks and trails and lakes and those types of things. As of schools and hospitals and all those fun amenities, we do rely on the city of Lacombe and the city of Red Deer. And then you guys have lots of dentists, don't you?
Yeah, we're getting there, yeah.
Dentists, doctors' offices within the town of Black Falls. So all that healthcare provider, we don't have anything. And I wouldn't think that it would be something that would fall in a rural community as well. So
maybe it's a good idea to maybe set up a dentist clinic.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Go out to the industrial park for your dentist appointment. Never know.
Are there any secondary schools in?
There are in the city of Lacombe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And as well as Black
Yes,
Falls.
we do now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a new build one,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You talked over the last time we online meeting.
Yeah. So
I think
you're done?
Yeah.
I don't want to cut you
Mine
off.
is more quality of life.
Yeah.
Like that's where Lacombe County shines if you're looking for a rural living of quality of life.
So the amenities in Black Falls were completely different. We have pretty much everything that you could that you need or want as far as schools. We have both we have Catholic and public schools up through till grade 8, and then we have our brand new high school that just opened in September of 2024. It's a public school, so if you're in the Catholic school, you still need to go somewhere else for high school, or you can decide to go to the public school system. It's a beautiful building. It's quite impressive, to be honest with you. Beyond that, we also have recreational side. We have our Abbey Center, which has gymnasium, walking track, indoor playground for the kids, daycare center, outdoor playground, an outdoor pool area with 2 slides and a splash park, and a number of other pieces to it that way. We also have the Eagle Builders Center, which is where our semi-professional hockey team plays, the Black Falls Bulldogs. They're 14 to 16-year-olds. It's very good hockey, as well as a practice arena there, and a few other amenities, including our library is in that building as well. We have parks throughout our entire community. Our community is extremely young. We did a census last year, and we found that our oldest age demographic was 36 to 40-year-olds. Our second largest age demographic was 0 to 5-year-olds. So we have parks throughout the entire community. Each of them are themed differently, whether it's about pirates or dinosaurs or all sorts of different things through that way. As far as other amenities, we also have some trails and hiking close by. Yeah, I think that's kind of it that I wanted to talk about, I think.
Yeah. I know there will be a 2-day concert next
Yes,
month.
at Black Falls Days. Yeah, Black Falls Days,
It's a big event.
Yes, it's a very big event. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3-day festival with who do we have? We have a ABBA tribute band and a Tragically Hip tribute band. The Hip Replacements.
That's fun.
Yeah.